does the future hold?
I've got, I mean, that first trip to on set of Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, it did plant that particular seed into me of sort of film production. And then since then, you know, various different paths that have taken me. I've done a couple of films, I've produced a couple of films, and I'm working on a couple of things now, which is, one's a feature documentary, and another one I've got is a comedy TV series. So, and the feature documentary is my priority, is absolutely what I'm working on now.
So what's that project called?
Okay, this is, right, it's long and you can probably chop it. It's basically, it's about me and my brother. And my brother's unfortunately being diagnosed with Motor Neuron Disease, which is an awful terminal condition. And he's had it for about 2 years. It's Lou Gehrig's disease in America. And what that does is it affects the neurons that fire signals down to your arms and legs and parts of the body that enable you to move it without even thinking. So where he is now with it, he's basically in a wheelchair and he hasn't got any use of his legs. He can't stand on his own. So he transfers from seat to wheelchair to bed, you know, and it's awful. And for Mike as well, he was always incredibly active and a real adrenaline junkie, which is completely opposite to me. And I was the...
Stop a second.
Oh.
Sorry.
Mate, don't. You'll set me off.
My sister-in-law died a couple of years ago.
Of motor neuron disease? Oh.
Sorry.
No, God, well...
Okay.
Yeah, well, see, you know it, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But, yeah. That,
she was only 32, she was one of the youngest people in the company to die.
Yeah, my brother's 39 now.
So it's
yeah.
Not a very nice way to go. Anyway,
No.
sorry. I'm really sorry to hear
No,
that.
no, it's all right. I'm trying to keep it together.
No.
You know, 2 years ago I let it go, and for 2 years I've, you know, held it because I can't. Because if I let it go, I'll be in bits.
Yeah.
And the thing is to stay positive
Yeah.
about it, and that's absolutely what he is. He's like the most courageous and positive and amazing person. But anyway.
There's a lot better people than us in this world, mate, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
But my wife, it still affects my wife really, really badly. And every year she runs the Great North Run for Motor Neuron Society. Anyway, so it's something personal for me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so he, for Mike, really active, massive adrenaline junkie, opposite to me.
Yeah.
I prefer sort of mild, you know, gardening and shit and drinking cups of tea and just, you know, none of that stuff. He's always wanted to go to Queenstown in New Zealand and do all that crazy shit, you know, jumping off bridges and all that kind of stuff. And so he's asked me to do his bucket list. Yeah. It's called There's a Hole in My Bucket. And the idea is that both of us will go over there. And, you know, as you're probably aware, is I'll literally do anything, you know, to make him smile and to take his mind off things as well. Anything. And make a tit of myself, you know, be an arsehole on stage. And, you know, I'm constantly messaging him. He's just constantly taking the piss out of me. And that's great. And that's what I'm there for now, is to divert the attention away. Yeah. And so he knows this as well, and he uses this, you know, and this trip, this, you know, journey of discovery as well, not only will be fun and great, it's going to be also very emotional, very moving. Yeah. You know, we'll meet other people with the same condition. And in New Zealand, you know, great resilience there, and there's probably other alternative. And as you probably know, there's an amount of just abandonment from the medical society. Yes. There's nothing they can do. And he was told, when diagnosed, the only thing he was told to do was get his affairs in order, which is an awful thing for back then a 37-year-old guy to be told. And it's like, okay. But now, since then, we've all, you know, we've come together really close as a family, and we all research. And he's incredibly healthy, albeit he's not, and has become incredibly strong as well, and inspirational. And so this documentary will be the two of us going on this journey together, and him putting me through a bunch of stuff that he's going to love. and just, you know, pushing me off shit and me screaming like a baby, and yeah, it'll just be a nice thing. And so that's the main focus. That is what I'm going to be doing.
Well, that's a fantastic project, and I really do look forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
There'll be a dry eye in the house, I promise.
I know.
A lot. When my sister-in-law was diagnosed, mentally just so strong.
Oh.
Mentally just fabulous.
Yeah.
It's a hard.
You know, I'm a pussy if I get a sniffle. I don't know how he does it, you know. Incredible. You know what I think is, no matter what fear I have, and that's going back to the documentary, I'm facing my fears by doing this stuff because he's facing his all the time. You know, I jump off a cliff, you know, it's over in a few minutes, you know, I'm done, you know, and I'm back to normal. You know, he can't, there's no kind of returning from that, you know, so me being a bit scared on stage, so what? Does it matter? You know, really doesn't, does it? And if I make an absolute arse of myself, my mate's going to be filming it, and I'll be sending it over to him, and he'll be pissing himself. So, yeah.
Well, Roy, I have great respect for you before, but massive respect for you now. Thank you very much for talking today. Thank you.
Hang on.
Call me, yeah. Okay.